Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to yet another video. It's been a minute since I did a sit down video, but I'm back, and as science says, I'm always better when I come back. So guys, thank you for clicking on this video. Kindly subscribe if you haven't, and like the video. Also share it with someone who you think might find it helpful, informative. Yeah, so let's get to today's video. So today we are going to be talking about mistakes to avoid in your early 20s, or rather tips and tricks to get you through your early 20s. Guys, living as a 20-year-old, especially in your early 20s, in the world, in Kenya, anywhere right now, it's hella tricky. So today I'm in my early 20s, and I've been through a lot. Some things I don't think were necessary, but oh well. So today I have listed down for you 10 points, 10 very very important crucial points I have learned for you to avoid stress, to avoid wahala in your early 20s. So I've written them here so that I do not forget any point. Yeah, and if you think I have left anything out by the end of the video, kindly you are free to add yours down in the comment section. Yes, let's interact, let's share some experiences that we have had. So on to my first point: stay as close to God as possible. Make sure you have a relationship with God. Read your Bible. Most importantly, pray. Your early 20s are a very tempting stage of your life, and if you're not careful, the temptations might carry you away. So make sure, like, try as much as possible, even if maybe you're not going to church, but have a relationship with God. Have a relationship with God. Make sure you are praying every now and then, because hey guys, there are a lot of things happening out here, and without God, first of all, I don't know, you can't survive. You can't survive your early 20s where there's a lot going on out there. So make sure that in anything you do, put God first, pray, read your Bible. If you find a good church you can go to, please go there. So on to my second point: do not sleep with married men or men in general. Guys, please keep your legs closed until further notice, until somebody actually comes to marry you. There are infections, STDs, pregnancy, unwanted pregnancies, things that you can just avoid by keeping your legs closed. I know it's harder, it's actually easier said than done, but hey, once you actually go through some of those things, you see how worth it they are. You see how worth it they are, because in the end you'll be left there suffering. People have come, they have gone, you are left there treating STIs and STDs, and maybe unwanted pregnancy. You raise children alone. But there, guys, it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. So if you can, please keep them closed. Keep them closed for your own good. So on to my third point: focus more on self-growth. Self-growth, self-care, and all the sorts. Focus more on that. Yeah, in your early 20s, you're still young, your mind is still very active, so focus on things that will make you grow as a person. If you can further your studies, please do. Learn new languages. Travel. If you can afford to travel outside the country, even within the country. Travel, see different cultures, just see how different people are living out there. Do that. If you get a chance to further your education, do that, or your career or something. Take promotions, do different kind of jobs, get experience, things that will make you grow as a person. And also along that line, practice self-care in terms of taking care of yourself as a woman, going for nail spa dates, making your nails, making your hair. And guys, a very very important thing to learn this year, this is also for me, I am talking to me also, learn to put on makeup. Not necessarily heavy makeup or whatever, but even simple makeup like, you know, lip gloss, eyebrows. Learn to do your eyebrows, guys. So on to my fourth point, working out. Working out, staying active. This is a new year and it's a good thing we are at the beginning of the year. So if you have body goals, you want a specific body type, you want a flat tummy, you want nyash, it's a good time to start working out. So by the end of the year, you'll start seeing the results. So if you were thinking about it, please get to it. Work on having your dream body. When you're in your 20s, like, it's the best time. It's like you are at your peak. You can do a lot, you can do a lot, you can achieve a lot. Like, you can't compare that time you are just young. Some of us are even at home, don't paying, we are not paying bills and everything. So you have time, to do these things. So if you are, so on to the fifth point, avoid being dependent on people. Please, please, especially if you are a woman, a lady, a young lady, please look for your own means. If you're in school, I know you're under the support of your parents, so that's okay. But if you are out here hustling, please hustle. Do not depend on other people for support. Do not be going around begging people for money. What is that? Be dependent. Teach yourself to be dependent on yourself. Look for ways of making money. Just do something, because dependence on people, whether it be financial, emotional, even spiritual dependence, you don't need other people to stand before you to get to that other point. Yeah, so if it's financial, get a job, get a means of making income, and, you know, do it for yourself. You don't have to be like, I need this. Nobody came here to raise you. By the way, guys, in your early 20s, when you are young and fresh, you look fresh, as they apparently say, not my words. People take advantage of you, and mostly they do that with money. Rather, they do that with money. They entice you with the money, because let's be honest, a lot of young ladies like the soft life, as they say nowadays. They like it. So once you are pushed into that place of wanting the soft life, and you can't work hard enough to get there, they entice you with their money, and they use you. They will use you. And once they use you, they will discard you. And this thing is easy on the ears until you actually see it with your eyes. People actually use you and discard you, and the moment you actually find out about this, it's too late and can't do shit about it. So do not depend on people for shit. Go out there, look for your own stuff, build yourself emotionally so that you do not have to depend on others emotionally, and seek God yourself. You don't have to have middleman in between. So be self-sufficient, be independent for the most part. I know you can't be that independent because no man is an island, but for the most part, do yourself a favor, please. Please. So, point number 6, do not overshare with people, or rather don't trust just everyone, or even just don't trust people like that. As much as, oh, you are excited, you have found friends, you have found what, and now you're excited to share things with them, please do not do that. Some people, I learned the hard way. Some people come in your life and they can pretend even for 5 years, 10 years, and then they just wait for that moment. Hey, they will do the most. They will do the most, and you won't even believe it. So, to avoid issues, yes, you will have friends, but if you know something is very important, that if other people come to know about it, or if it's, you know, made public, it will affect you in a really bad way, just keep it to yourself. Please keep it to yourself, because people change. People change. Sometimes people are not bad when you meet them, but throughout, or they just change on the way, and they do their worst. So sometimes just keep some things to yourself. If you must share it with someone, share it with God, share it with your parents, write it down somewhere. You don't really have to share it with everything with everyone. So that's what, in fact, that lesson I learned the hard way, guys. It's very, very serious. If you can't handle a secret getting out, don't tell it to anyone at all. Do not. On to my seventh point, guys, my favorite of them all. Do not feel pressured by people. Everyone is running their own race, and you are young. You are in your early 20s. You are young. Don't feel pressured. Some of us out here are feeling pressured by ancestors, and oh shit, really? Don't feel pressured, whether it be marriage, jobs, I don't know, success. Do not feel pressured. You are literally, you're just a baby. You are just children. You are literally just out of high school the other day. Do not feel pressured by people. There are people, hey, some people though, especially marriage. Marriage, why does marriage? Like there's some sensitive topics that people shouldn't even be discussing like that. So someone comes to you, you're literally just 20 years, 21 years. Someone asking you, ujaolewa? Huoni kama unazeeka? The nerve. The nerve. Like some people. But this, do not feel pressured, because most of these people in those marriages, they are suffering and everything, but they are recruiting people to suffer with them. Plus, I believe in God's timing. It's the best. So if God has put you in a position, maybe He has provided, now you just have to study, go study. It will come, the job will come, the marriage will come. But one thing you have to realize as a early 20-year-old, not everything will come at once. You are just 20. You can't finish school with masters, get the best job, get the best family. It's not possible. So it's just a step at a time. And those pressures, the pressures will literally be there internally, from yourself, from your family, from your friends. But just focus. You know what you want. You will get it when you will get it. Like, there's no hurry. Because, guys, it's better to wait a couple of years and have a good person. Have a relationship that will last. Instead of this jumping from here to here to here, because you are desperate to settle, when in real sense, it's never that serious. It is never that serious. I tell you guys, it's never that serious. And I wish point, guys, is avoid prejudging people. This is something that I did a lot in the past. You look at someone and immediately you're like, this one and this one. No, please don't do that. I've found myself in situations where guys, I met people who I thought were good people. I interacted with them, stayed with them. Okay, not stayed with them. I interacted with them. You know, I trusted those people, but only to come and find out, guys, people can pretend. And then there were guys that I would immediately snob because I thought that they were not giving the vibe, and then these guys turned out to be the better people. So avoid prejudging people. When you meet people and you genuinely want to connect with them, whether on friendship levels, romantic relationship, platonic relationships, whichever, learn, as in just stay with them for a while, learn them, wasome, and then you can know later. But don't dismiss people immediately because you feel like maybe they are not, maybe they are. Do not dismiss people. Some people approach you in a way that can give you bad energy, but in real sense they are good people. And then the bad people approach you with, good energy, good vibes, and then in the end you find out that, oh, they were just pretending, and you'll feel bad, you'll feel cheated, but it's life. It's life. Yeah. So that was the 8th point. On to my 9th point. As a young 20-year-old, or as an early 20-year-old, oh, what am I saying, guys? As a young person in your early 20s, I know the pressure to have friends right now is a lot of friends, actually, not just friends. To have a lot of friends, the pressure is high. But I'm telling you, by the time you're reaching your mid 20s, you won't see most of those people. You will not see most of those people. So my mantra right now is quality over quantity. Better have 2-3 people who you can call when you're in trouble, who you know for sure. If something comes up, they will help you. If something goes like this, they will come through. Instead of having a multitude of people, and then when you're in trouble, you're just looking at your phone, your contact list, and you're crying because where do I start? You don't know where to start. So better have quality friendships, quality relationships in general. People who can come through when you need them. People who can invest. Maybe you have a business, they can invest. People who can give you connections. People who can market you somewhere. Make those relationships. People who you can be having a heartbreak and they'll drop everything just to come and take care of you. Like, there are those friendships, guys. There are those friendships, and at that, so insert that people think about you last minute, and they think about you last minute and they expect you to come through. And when you come through, they are like, so huyu tunaweza, it's like they can walk over you in some way because you don't really have boundaries. Because if you had boundaries, if you respected your time, you could have said, no, I had an earlier engagement, so I won't be able to make it. As a 20-year-old, as an early 20-year-old, what am I saying, guys? As a young lady in your early 20s, have boundaries. Although if you are not comfortable in a situation, please, saying no is allowed. It is allowed. No one will beat you. No one will beat you if you say no. So set those boundaries. Do not be afraid to say no, because some of us guys could have been saved a lot of time, a lot of nonsense if we just said no to some people and some situations. So guys, do not be afraid to say no. Guy, this should have actually been my first point. Say no to people. Say no to people, especially in situations where you do not feel comfortable. With some people, with some situations, say no. Say no to invitations that are late. If they wanted you to be there, they could have told you earlier. They could have told you a day earlier, 2 days earlier. But hours, minutes, that's a no. That is an absolute no. So we have come to the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for reaching this point, guys. I highly appreciate you. Kindly subscribe to my channel. Let's engage more in the comment section, guys. Please comment on my videos. Comment so that we engage more, we get to know each other more. Yeah, so thank you guys so much. I'll see you on my next video. So on to my last point, and if you made it to this portion of the video, kindly like the video if you haven't already, and subscribe to my channel. Yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. So the last point is avoid late invitations. So insert that people think about you last minute, and they think about you last minute and they expect you to come through, and when you come through they are like, so huyu tunaweza, it's like they can walk over you in some way because you don't really have boundaries. Because if you had boundaries, if you respected your time, you could have said no, I had an earlier engagement, so I won't be able to make it. As a 20-year-old, as an early 20-year-old, what am I saying, guys? As a young lady in your early 20s, have boundaries. Although if you are not comfortable in a situation, please, saying no is allowed. It is allowed. No one will beat you. No one will beat you if you say no. So set those boundaries. Do not be afraid to say no, because some of us guys could have been saved a lot of, as in a lot of time, a lot of nonsense, if you just said no to some people and some situations. So guys, do not be afraid to say no. Guy, this should have actually been my first point. Say no to people. Say no to people, especially in situations where you do not feel comfortable with some people, with some situations. Say no. Say no to invitations that are late. If they wanted you to be there, they could have told you earlier. They could have told you a day earlier, 2 days earlier. But hours, minutes, that's a no. That is an absolute no. So we have come to the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for reaching this point, guys. I highly appreciate you. Kindly subscribe to my channel. Let's engage more in the comment section, guys. Please comment on my videos. Comment so that we engage more, we get to know each other more. Yeah, so thank you guys.